We are going to read A Study in Drowning together. And I have a little haul. I have not been able to put this book down. A book over 500 pages. Preston and the way that he loves Effie. Hi lovelies, welcome back to the vlog and welcome to a bookish vlog slash really kind of reading vlog. We'll see where this goes. I have been in such a mood reading mood. Yeah. And really just wanting to read so much. Like there's so many books I want to read right now. I wish I could just grab them and like put them into my brain. There's just not enough hours in the day. But I want to read a series with you guys. It's so random. So I'm excited. I'll share that with you in a second. But if this is your first time stumbling on one of my videos, hi, welcome. I'm Taylor. I'm so glad you're here. I do a lot of lifestyle content, really focusing on life in my 30s, my soft girl era, from self-care to productivity, and lots of bookish content. So if that's your vibe, be sure to stick around and subscribe. I would love to have you here. And if you absolutely love it here, be sure to check out my Patreon. I have a lovely group of girlies over there. We have a Discord channel, we have a monthly book club, there's exclusive vlogs, early access to vlogs, giveaways, and so many other things. So if you're looking for a sweet little community, be sure to check that out. I have all of the information in the description of this video. Shockingly, I bought nothing at our Barnes & Noble trip. We just went for the vibes, went for dinner. It was just nice to get out and walk around. But today we're gonna go to our favorite independent bookstore. If you've been following, you know that we love Book Nerd. If you're in San Antonio and you haven't been to Book Nerd, what are you doing? And it just so happens to be across the street from our favorite Thai restaurant in the city. So we're gonna go grab lunch at our Thai spot and then we're gonna go over to Book Nerd. And I love that they have like a little room in the back where you can just sit at the tables, read. I'm actually gonna bring my journal. I wanna start the first book in a series we're gonna read together in this vlog and just see what else we might find. Hopefully no books. Really, I don't think there's any new releases, but you never know what you're gonna find when you go to the bookstore. I'm just going for the vibes, but we'll see what we walk out with. I do, however, want to find a bookmark. I just feel like getting a new bookmark to start a new series will just be fun. We are going to read A Study in Drowning together. This is a YA dark academia slash gothic fantasy. I've heard really good things about it. It's really short. It's this duology and this companion novel that's got like a lot of illustrations in it, so it doesn't really feel like it's going to be that long of a read. So I feel like this would be perfect to dive into together. I've been just wanting to read so many different diverse things, and I do love a good YA series, and I'm still dipping my toes into dark academia. I haven't decided if it's a genre that I love, but I have a really good feeling about this. I also have these really stunning sprayed edge copies. This has like rose gold writing on it. It's just so beautiful. I need to get these stickers off. But we're gonna take A Study in Drowning with us and find a new bookmark. random home, and I have a little hall. The AC is on, it's crazy loud. I say it every time, but if you're new here, the AC is ridiculous. So I didn't actually get to sit at the bookstore and journal or read as I had planned. There was somebody having a birthday party in that room, and you are able to rent out that room. Every time we go, it's never been rented out, and it was today. And the store was so busy. I didn't get as much footage as I usually do. I do my best not to get people in the footage that I film. I just feel like it's the respectful thing to do. Of course, I'm never gonna be perfect at that, but today it was very busy in there. I did walk away with a couple of things though. I obviously wanted a bookmark to match my book, and I will say that they didn't really have anything that stuck out to me that was like, oh my gosh, that just matches so well. Obviously I was looking for something maybe a little like night vibes, gold, maybe blue, maybe something dark academia, but I just really didn't find anything that I love. But I did find a couple of other cute bookmarks that I wanted to share with you guys. I did pick up that bookish one that I showed you. I just love this. It's so simple, so cute. I love the white. I just love the word bookish. It's just like one of my favorite words. I love the white tassel. It's so simple. And then I was about to check out, and I can't believe I almost missed these. It's Ilya and Shane. How freaking cute. And it's a magnet bookmark. I love a good magnet bookmark. Just so adorable. It's a little heart locket. Oh my gosh. So got that. And then I do have The Poisoner by Ivy Ophelia that I need to read, and the second one came out, which is the Arachnid, and I got this gorgeous sprayed edge version, which I also have the sprayed edge version of The Poisoner. I'm so excited to read these. There's some really stunning, simple artwork on the inside, and then I did get my book stamped as well. Every book that I buy at Book Nerd, I get stamped. When I go to pick up a book, I'll like forget about it, and then when I start it, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a book that I got at Book Nerd, and I just feel like it's special. So that is all that I got. I do want to get cozy and do some reading and also chat my June TBR with you guys. I'm thinking we'll do some TBR jar pulls, which will be fun. All right, time for a little update. I am about 50 pages in on chapter 4, and it's picked up. It's very good so far. I'm really enjoying it. There's just something about YA. Maybe YA dark academia is like a good place to start for me, because I've read some other dark academias and I've had a hard time getting into them, except Ninth House. But again, it took me like over 100 pages to get into it. So I feel like this one, you get into it much faster. But I will say, this is not like I think people group this with dark academia, but when I was reading the description here, it says part historical fantasy, part rivals to lovers, part gothic mystery, that this is a feminist fairy tale. I mean, I'm so here for that, and I'm just so excited to just be like immersed in a fairy world, and I'm so excited to see what the fairy world is like. I'm ready. I wish I didn't have to go to work, but I do. I need to go work for the next like 2.5 hours, which isn't bad, but when I see 5 patients back to back, it can feel long. But I'm gonna do that, and then I think we're gonna go play tennis, maybe, if the weather permits, and then come back and get cozy and maybe hopefully read at least 50 more pages tonight. It's a very quick read, so who knows, maybe I'll read a little bit more, but I am just savoring it and taking my time. I'll tell you a little bit about the story so far. So we're following Effie, and she is in school for architecture, although she really wanted to go to school for literature, but they don't allow females. So there's like a lot of feminine rage already happening. There's actually some really, really dark themes out the gate, and I think that's another thing that I like really enjoy about YA is it's like there really are dark themes woven in, and oftentimes they're just done very subtly, and I think it makes for a bit of a lighter read. It's enough that you're emotionally invested, but you're not like, oh, sick by some of these themes sometimes. She sends in some of her work for an application to, basically, she's up against a bunch of other students in order to win this opportunity to go do something. I don't want to spoil too much. And she gets chosen. So she ends up going south, which is like what I'm gathering so far, which is where like people want to get away, like it's not a good place to be, it can be very dangerous. And right now I'm understanding that she's experiencing something because she keeps taking these pills to dull visions. And so we're getting a little bit about her past, like having seen doctors, her relationship with her mother, which is just very, very toxic, it seems. And yeah, I mean, all that in 50 pages. So again, I feel like it's just kind of laid everything out. It's laid a good foundation. And now she's already there. She's gotten to the location. She's just about to spend her first night there. And so I know the story is going to really pick up from here. And I'm excited to see the introduction of the male main character as well, since this is going to be a romantasy, which I'm so excited for. So stand by. I will update you guys in a little bit. All right. Good morning. I have not been able to put this book down. I'm going to chat with you guys about it while I do my skincare. I am about to be to chapter 12. The chapters are pretty long, so about 60% of the way through. And wow, I love it so much. The feeling of like just one more chapter, you know that feeling? And I feel like I haven't had that recently. Like I've read, you know, some good books recently, but not like that feeling. And I feel like I've only been getting that with fantasies lately, which is so interesting because I definitely am more of a romance reader, but I've just been reading some amazing fantasies. Like, wow, this one is so atmospheric. I feel like I'm there. I can smell the seawater. It's dark. I feel like I'm there, and I love that feeling too. I really like the writing. It's very romantic. I really like the characters. I love Effie, the main female character. I'm really starting to like Preston, the male main character. I feel like it's just making me feel what I felt when I was young and I watched The Labyrinth. And it's also kind of giving Pan's Labyrinth vibes, like the darkness in that mixed with just like almost this whimsy feeling that I got from Labyrinth. Like, if you know, you know. I'm loving the dark fairy aspect, you know, the very traditional fairy folklore, and it just has me in a death grip right now. I feel like the author Ava's writing is very lyrical, very beautiful. It's just enough description. It's very easy to follow. It has just been a very lovely read. I have a few hours before work and I'm really just wanting to sit and finish it. Although I do want to sit down and film a TBR jar pull with you guys because I need to get my June TBR all stacked up. So maybe we'll sit and do that. But other than that, I will literally just be reading for the next 3 hours. So I'm thinking maybe if we do the TBR jar now, that will give me like 3 hours to read. Oh my gosh, I can't put it down. Even last night, like I was like, I don't even want to watch anything. Normally Andrew and I like wind down to watching a movie or something, and I was in the middle of watching National Treasure, I think that's the name, right? My gosh, with Nicolas Cage, the first one. I was in the middle of it from the night before, and I was like, I really want to finish it, but I just read all night until I fell asleep. I cannot wait to see where this book goes. The fact that I'm already 60% in, I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like it's about to get darker. Like, I'm gonna go directly into the second book with you guys. I'm so excited. And I'm not a Goodreads girly, but I wanted to get some kind of info on what the third book was, which is the novella, because it's a duology. So I was like, okay, I want to kind of see what people are saying about the novella. And they're like, if you love these characters and you love this story, then the novella is just, it's a must. You cannot skip it. So I'm excited to go in after reading because I feel like I'm there. It's going to be so nice to go and have these illustrations of the letters that they find and pictures and all the other corresponding documents and things. I feel like it's just going to be fun to be able to see that. So this is exactly what I was hoping to get from it, if not even more. I'm gonna get dressed and then we'll sit and chat my June TBR. All right, I'm cozy. I made a cup of decaf green tea from Bigelow. It is my absolute favorite green tea. Never gets old. I can have a cup of this every single day. I have the TBR jar here and a stack of books to my left, as well as all the books behind me. I did not get through all the books that I was hoping to get through this month. I ended up reading some spontaneously. Obviously, this vlog, none of these were planned. And I also want to read one more spontaneous book before the end of the month, When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. I just picked up the second book. I'm in my fantasy era right now, and I'm just gonna lean into that. I'm gonna go with that. So this will be how I'm ending May. I'm thinking I'm just gonna gobble this up this weekend because at this rate, we're gonna finish our books tomorrow, which is crazy because I was like, oh my gosh, maybe like I'm not even gonna be able to get to read this duology, but because I'm loving it so much and I literally want to do nothing else but read, That's gonna give me some more time before the end of the month to get this one in. And it's a chunker, it's almost 700 pages, but I'm literally hearing so many good things. I have had it on my shelf since it came out, and I just, you know, didn't rush to pick it up because the second one wasn't out yet. Obviously, I think there's gonna be more as well. So this is not a June read, but I wanted to share that with you guys. If you've read it, let me know your thoughts. And then I do still need to read my Patreon's May book club pick, but we usually meet like the first or second weekend of the following month just to give everybody extra time to read, and it's so short. So I'll be probably listening to this at the very beginning of June or probably like the last day of this month. So I'm gonna put those two off to the side, and we'll start with the book club books that I'm gonna be reading for sure in June. I'm so excited for all of these, but I'm especially excited that I finally got my baby sister to agree to be in a book club with me, and we're gonna start with The Cruel Prince. I am so excited for this. I picked this up like a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, read like the first 20 pages, put it down. It just wasn't the right time. I'm ready. I'm ready for some more fairies, clearly. I'm so excited. If you've read this, let me know. Lee Bardugo says, lush, dangerous, a dark jewel of a book. I'm here for it. Like, I want to know what kind of fairies these are. Are these like wicked fairies? Because I'm here for that. I'm excited. For my cousin book club, which we do every summer if you've been around, and we're starting off with Into the Blue by Emma Brody. Another book that I'm hearing just amazing, incredible things about. So excited to read this one. And then for Patreon, our pick is Yesteryear by Carol Claire Burke. Again, another book that I'm just hearing 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars, like infinity stars. Best book I've read this year. So I'm excited. I feel like this is a very good mashup of books as well. Into the Blue is a romance. I think Yesteryear is supposed to be like a satire. It says, my name was Natalie Heller Mills and I was perfect at being alive. Yeah, she wakes up one morning to a life that isn't hers. Her home, her husband, her children, they're all familiar but wrong. This sounds like it's gonna be really good. All right, so these are a must, these are happening. And then off to the side, I also have a pile of series that I'm in the middle of. These are not all the series I'm in the middle of, but I do need to finish the Windy City series. I need to read the second book to Ninth House. I need to read the second book to Heavenly Bodies. I'm on the third book of the Magnolia Park series, and I also need to read Rites of the Starling because boy, another book that I randomly read this month was Shield of Sparrows, and oh my gosh, 5 stars. So I have to get back to that universe. I need to get back to the Heavenly Bodies universe for sure. So those two are like at the absolute top of my list. So we'll have those off to the side and hopefully maybe get to pull some of those from the jar. And then I do have so many other ones behind me. You guys saw my spring book wish list. There's a lot of romance books that I just haven't gotten to. And honestly, I've just shockingly been in a fantasy vibe, which I feel like is so very fall and winter of me. But hey, I'm here for it. I was not in a fantasy vibe this past fall and winter. I was very romance vibe. So I'm just rolling with it. I've been mood reading and it's been so nice. If you're mood reading as well, let me know what you're mood reading. So with 3 off to the side and I'm averaging about 6 to 8 books, we will be a teensy bit crazy and pull 5. I think that'll be fun. May we pull really good prompts. Here we go. Just gonna pull right from the top. Be something good. A book over 500 pages. Hold on, hold on. Fallen Stars by Imani Aru. This I was like, I got it, I got this, I got this. 5:30, perfect start. Second one. Kind of pull one from the middle this time. No. Oh wait, translated fiction, okay. Okay. I have one. Not here. Standby. Okay, I have the absolute perfect one. The Vanishing Cherry Blossom Bookshop by Takuya Asakura. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Look how stunning this book is, guys. This is Japanese translated fiction. Yuko Maino is the translator. I'm so excited. This is short, quick. This will be like the perfect Sunday cozy read. I have really been leaning into Japanese translated fiction and it's been such a good time. If you have not read Days at the Murasaki Bookshop and More Days at the Murasaki Bookshop, I highly recommend. So good. We are off to such a good start, guys. Let's go for 3. I'm feeling, I guess we'll pull one from the very bottom. Ooh. Does that say a book with a cover that I love? I think I pulled that in May. Yes. Perfect. Okay. Our Perfect Storm by Carly Fortune. This is her latest. It's stunning. I mean, it's stunning. This cover is stunning, but even this cover is stunning. Like, are you kidding me? It's gorgeous. The inside, the beachy vibes. It's perfect. Perfect. Part of me was thinking about saving this for like maybe a possible beach trip in August. but I do have another Carly Fortune still behind me. I also really like the cover of Where the Wildflowers Grow. This is really gorgeous. I have sprayed edges here too, but I think it's a no-brainer. I think we have to go with Carly Fortune's latest. That way we can kind of stay up to date as well. I'm so excited for this. I think this is Friends to Lovers, which is not my favorite trope. It's actually my second to last least favorite trope. Second Chances is my least favorite trope, but we will see. We have 3 perfect books, and because Cherry Blossom's so short, I now don't feel so crazy for picking 8 books. Let's go for 4. Trying to find one I feel like has like never been opened. I don't know. Upside down? Yes, it is. A book from Andrew's shelf. Oh my gosh, he's gonna be so excited that I pulled this. Oh my gosh. Okay, so my husband's shelf, he has like a horror shelf, which I will not be pulling from, and then he has like his whole sci-fi shelf, and I already know which one I want to read, but I'm like, oh my god, girl, are you gonna start another series? There's 2 on his shelf that I'm like dying to read. Let me go take a look. I'll bring a couple. We'll see. All right, here are some from his shelf that I really want to read. Now, obviously, The Will of the Many is ginormous, and I just don't know if June is the time. I'm gonna read the back of these though to myself and see which one. The other one is The Shadow of the Gods. This is a trilogy, and I've just been itching to read this. I don't know why, it just calls to me. It's a Norse-inspired epic. Can't save that for when I pull an epic though. That would be good. And then there's Six of Crows. This is a duology, I believe. I do love that she writes duologies. This is like a heist book about 6 outcasts. It sounds like it's going to be a good time. I hear really good things. Will of the Many is out for now. I'm thinking I will save... I really do want to read The Shadow of the Gods. But I'm reading a lot of other fantasy right now, and I do have a prompt in here that says an epic. So when we pull an epic, we're going to come back for this. Let's go with Six of Crows. This is extremely unexpected, and I don't know how I feel about it. Let me know if you've read it. All right, last prompt. Ooh, a pink book. Interesting, interesting. We have pulled 2 pink books, and I do have other pink books that are on my spring wish list. I have Flawless, Cowboy Romance series. There's Ready or Not by Cara Stone here. There's Wild Love by Elsie Silver. I love this prompt too, but let's try one more. This feels like it's never been opened. Ooh, a book with a purple cover. Does Rights of the Starling have a purple cover? Yes, it does. Because I'm going to read this on my Kindle, but let me show you guys. Purple cover. That is freaking perfect. That's going to be on my Kindle. Oh, it's just a gorgeous book. I'm having to stop myself from picking them up, but I'm probably going to because it's one of my favorite fantasies. All right, we have a book with a purple cover, Rights of the Starling. A book from Andrew's shelf, Six of Crows. A book with a cover that I love, Our Perfect Storm. A book over 500 pages, Fallen Stars. And a translated fiction, The Vanishing Cherry Blossom Bookshop. All right, this is an epic June lineup. Let me know if you're reading any of these, if you've read any of them, or you plan to. I'm so excited. Let's get some lunch and get back to reading. Okay guys, this is a 5-star for me, honestly. And I know I give away 5 stars, but people deserve 5 stars, okay? This was just the feeling, the 5-star feeling. Her writing is so beautiful. So many good quotes in here. I wanted to annotate, but I also did not want to annotate these copies because they're just so stunning. Feminist fairy tale is just the perfect way to describe this. And the entire time I was reading it, I was like, is this magic real? Are these monsters, fairies real? Like, I'm questioning, you know, and you're meant to. It had me like, okay, if it's not, then it's all going to be just symbolic of something else. But it came together so well in the end, and it has really dark themes as it's meant to. I mean, it's a dark gothic romantasy. So read your triggers because there's some dark themes in here. Nothing is described, you know, there's not any like on-page descriptions of these triggers, but it's alluded to and it is central themes in the book. And so typically for me, some of these themes are like things that I will avoid, but it was just done very well. And just reading it as a woman, I'm like, oh, you know, I feel empowered. I feel like I felt with Effie the entire time. I felt suffocated with her. I felt angry with her. I felt proud with her. I felt tired and sick and sad. I felt all these things with her this entire time. It's just like a reminder of what books are meant to do and what good storytelling does. You know, it just grips you, and like I could not put this down. I am so excited to read the second one, and I actually have no idea what the second one is about. I know that this is Effie on the cover, and I see her like blonde golden hair. And I thought that this was going to be Effie and Preston and their story continues, which I'm almost certain, but her hair is just a little different color here. And there's quite literally no description inside, guys. It says the believer who drowned herself in fairy tales, the unbeliever who built a fortress of truth. That definitely sounds like her and him. Every love story must reach its final page. What is this going to be about? I have no idea. On the back, it just says, just because you love her doesn't mean you can save her. I have an idea of what this will be about, but I'm surprised, honestly, that there's even a second book because this is just a beautiful standalone. It's beautiful. I didn't feel like there was more story to tell. There's no cliffhanger. I'm excited to get more of Effie and Preston and more of their love story and excited to get to the graphic novella, but I feel like it really did wrap up so beautifully here. If you have this on your shelf and you haven't read it, I highly recommend. It's definitely like a 1 sitting, 2 sitting read. And if you have read it, let me know your thoughts. I'm so glad. When I saw it, I felt like I need to read this. Like I can feel it in my bones. And I'm so glad that I was right. Like that feeling is just, oh, you know, such a good book, such a good story. And I think so well done. And I think like this is what gravitates me to YA. So I'll hear a lot of people say, oh, it's too YA for me. It's too, you know, I'm assuming too young, too naive. But what I feel YA does is it takes dark themes and it puts them on paper in a very poetic way. Everything is alluded to rather than so graphically descriptive. And even the romance is just typically like very poetic because we're really alluding to intimacy and we're really, you know, writing intimacy in a more pure and innocent way. And I just think that there's something so beautiful about that. I could go on for days, but I have to go to work now and get to this ASAP. ASAP, I'm talking tonight. I am on chapter 7, page 72. I literally just woke up this morning. I slept in, woke up, showered, ate, and sat my ass down, and I have not stopped reading. I'm just so engulfed in this world right now. I can't get enough. I'm obsessed. So I was so confused what this book was going to be about. I was like, please tell me it's still following the 2 main characters. And let me just tell you, yes, it is. The first book actually left off on a very subtle cliffhanger, which I didn't really realize because it also can be interpreted as like a perfect closure in a sense. But no, it picks up right where it left off. And then in this book, we're getting dual point of view. Yes, so good. I'm loving the narrators. It's such a good immersive read. I'm just loving that there's more adventure to go on and more mystery to be solved and more magic to unravel. Like, it's a good time. It's a good time. I'm loving it so much. I really, really like Rachel's writing. I need to read more of her books. If you've read anything else by her and you have a recommendation, please let me know. I have definitely found a fantasy duology that is going to be up there for me. This is so the same feeling that I got from Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows. If you absolutely love that duology, you would really love this duology as well. It's just giving kind of the same energy, even though the stories are very different. I mean, extremely different. It's just kind of giving that same feeling that I got, at least. And Andrew was telling me yesterday, he's like, you know what your absolute favorite thing is? And I'm like, what? Please tell me, because to be seen is to be loved. Please tell me. And he's like, a duology. Like, a good duology is your absolute favorite thing. He's like, you eat that up. And I was like, you are correct, sir. I love a good duology. And I like a trilogy, great. But once it gets to be more than that, I'm kind of like, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like, to me, duology, perfect. That is my update. I'm gonna sit and read until I have to go to work. So I literally still have an hour and a half and nothing to do but read, which is such a good feeling. I love that I start work later in the day and I can make my own schedule, because it just really allows for me to have these slow mornings and to just ease into my day. Like, I wake up in the morning and I'm like, okay, what do you need today? What is today? Is today like a sit down and read and cozy up morning, or is today get up and be productive morning? And it's just so nice to be able to choose that for myself. But yeah, enough rambling. I'm gonna get back to reading. All right, I have a 65% update for you guys. I am on chapter 21, so definitely gonna be sitting and finishing this today. Yeah, I'm still just shocked by how much I love these books, this story. I am loving the dark academia like aspect. I'm loving just the academic backdrop. It's just enough. Like, I feel like there's just like a really nice blend of romantasy, dark academia, this gothic vibe, and somehow there's also still whimsy. Like, it's dark, but it's just, yeah, it's very good. I love that I'm getting more of the male main character and the female main character. I like that I'm getting just kind of these switching perspectives as well. They're each going through something very different in this book. And I'm to the point where I'm like, how is this going to end? What is going to happen? Clearly it's going to end happily, because I totally peeked at the novella and the pictures and I know that something really exciting is going to happen. But there's just so many questions that I have right now. Obviously, like, you need to read the first book before you go into this one. And I don't want to give too much away in case you guys do want to read it. But this one, you're pretty much, it's picking up right where we left off, and you're pretty much following, like, Preston is having a lot of inner turmoil, and now he's experiencing a lot of this underwater magical land, essentially. Like, he's trying to decipher what's real and what's not real while still going through all of his academic studies. There's like a lot of social things happening. There's a lot of sexism. It's still a running theme in this book as well. And with Effie, we're getting this almost like quiet torment that she's going through, versus in the first book I felt like she was a bit more open. So their relationship feels a little strained, but not strained at the same time. Yeah, I don't know how to describe it. I feel like it's just one of those things, like, it's hard to speak about the second book without giving too much away of the entire story as a whole. I'm loving it so much. I love that I'm getting a bit more of Preston in this book, because the first book was very heavily, obviously it's Effie's experience and Effie's perspective, and so it's nice to get what he's thinking, what he's feeling about her. And the quotes in here, guys, Preston and the way that he loves Effie. Let me get my phone so I can read you some quotes. None of these are going to give anything away, but if you don't want to hear them, just skip forward like 10 seconds. Some of my favorites have been: love whispers, grief shouts. So good. Whatever faults I might have, and I have plenty, just know that I think of you always. It takes strength to feel so much, to feel so deeply. So good. And there's so many more that I wish that I'd written down in the first book, because I have one here from the first book, but there's so many more that I wish I'd written down because I wasn't annotating, you know. But I'm gonna go through and find them online for sure. Such good quotes. Just her writing is so lyrical. It's so beautiful. I know I said that before, but that is the update. I feel like there's not too much to say, but I'm still very much enjoying it. I'm excited to finish today. And then I don't think I'll be reading the novella with you guys. I think I'll end the vlog after we finish this book, but I'll share with you guys some little glimpses of it for sure, and kind of my like first impressions.